very big blast from the past that's leading General Motors' drive into the future. The GMC Hummer EV resurrects the infamous gas-guzzling nameplate on an all-electric pickup built on GM's new Ultium platform that will be used for all its upcoming EVs. The $112,000 Hummer EV Edition 1 launching this year has a tri-motor drivetrain with 1,000 horsepower, removable roof panels that fit in the power frunk, and a lunar motif that harkens back to GM's work on the Apollo program rather than the original Hummer's military roots. The Hummer EV is extra wide, which maximizes its stability and suspension travel for extreme off-roading. In fact, it's so broad, it needs these 3 amber lights to indicate that it's an oversized vehicle. And if you think it looks tall now, you haven't seen anything yet. It has a fully independent suspension with air springs, computer-controlled shocks, and an extract mode that can lift it 6 inches at low speeds if you manage to get its flat bottom stuck on something. And it can lower it 3 inches to engage watts to freedom mode, which helps the heavy-duty hauler accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. There's also a 4-wheel steering system that lets it make turns tighter than a compact car, and GM's hands-free Super Cruise that can drive it in a lane and pass slower cars all by itself on the highway. Lower price models will be added to the lineup later, including a dual motor version without the trick suspension for 80 grand, or about as much as a fully loaded Sierra 4x4 pickup with a V8. Now, as far as electric car efficiency goes, this has a range of 329 miles between charges, thanks mostly to its 200 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is the largest on any retail vehicle today. But unlike the old Hummer H2, which got about 12 miles per gallon, this gets the equivalent of 47 miles per gallon, which is a lot for a large truck. Maybe not for a typical electric vehicle. That's because it's got to push that big face through the air, has the wide tires, and weighs over 9,000 pounds. Although with the 4-wheel steering, the suspension system, and all that power, plus 1,200 pound-feet of torque, it feels like a much smaller and nimbler vehicle. If Hannibal were crossing the Alps today, I'm pretty sure his troops would be riding in a herd of these. But the Hummer EV actually does a pretty good impersonation of a completely different animal. A unique feature called crab walk mode allows the 4-wheel steering system to turn the wheels in parallel up to 10 degrees so the Hummer EV can drive diagonally, which isn't exactly sideways like a crab, but does let it zig against the competition that can't even zag. In the 2022 GMC Hummer EV, Gary Gastelou, Fox News.